Hi students, already in the last class I have discussed about active absorption and the passive absorption as well as osmotic active absorption and the non-osmotic active absorption. They can discuss it. Today they discuss the topic is commonly called as what are the differences between is active absorption and the passive absorption. Differentiate between active absorption and the passive absorption. Absorption, passive absorption. The first one, for active absorption, it takes place root hair and the roots. Passive absorption, roots do not play any vital role. But roots play as passive. This is the first thing. Second thing, transpiration not regulated by active absorption. So transpiration is nothing but loss of water in the form of water vapor. So in the pass of sunlight, transpiration takes place. So no need to depending on any absorption. But here, transpiration is regulated by passive absorption. This is the third thing. Second things. What is the third thing is commonly called as? In active absorption, root hairs have more DPT. What is the meaning of DPT? Diffusion pressure deficit. So the root hair has more DPT than soil solution. That's why the tension is created in the root hair with the help of suction takes place. With the help of suction, uptake or movement of water takes place. In third one, passive absorption is commonly called as tension is created in the cell sap by transpiration pool. The transpiration pool by excessive sunlight pass on mean more amount of water evaporation takes place. With help of the tension is created leaf cell, that tension is moved toward the roots. From the roots, uptake of water and mineral salt takes place. That is commonly called as transpiration is a pull. Can I go to the fourth one? Respiratory energy is not needed. So in passive absorption, no need to any respiratory energy. Which is the respiratory energy to be utilized? ATP. So what is the meaning of ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. So for active absorption, no need to respiratory energy. For passive absorption, respiratory energy is required. So it's must for passive absorption for respiratory energy. Fifth one. Active absorption, it is uptake of water and mineral salt by using the movement of technologies commonly called as simplest movement. So by using simplest movement, active absorption to utilize the uptake of water and mineral salt. But in passive absorption, it must be utilized both apoplast and the simplest movements. Takes place. Can I go to the next one, commonly called as ASCENT of SAP. So in the chapter, what we have to learn the mechanism of ASCENT of SAPs, or what is the responsible for ASCENT of SAPs. That means uptake of water and mineral salts from root, or the uptake of water and mineral salts from root to the plants of xylem elements. How that water and mineral salt to reach on the xylem, that a progress is commonly called as ASCENT of SAPs. So in the chapter, it must be clearly learnable how the mechanism it must be operate to transport or to distribute water and mineral salt from soil to the part of xylem. So here there can be concept like this. Many tributaries is joined to form a river. What that say? Many tributaries to join to form a river. Likewise, a lot of root hairs transport small amount of water to the xylem elements. So that xylem is nothing but super highway of conductions of water. In addition, xylem is nothing but conductions of more water or transporting more water to various parts of the plant body. To various parts of plant body in lateral direction, or otherwise known as xylem, which must be conduct lot of amount of water various parts of plant body in upward movements. Next one to be going discuss about how the ascent of sap is takes place. That's commonly called as path of ascent of sap. Before the entry of path of ascent of sap, what is the definitions of ascent of sap? That means water within the xylem along with dissolved components from the root, that is commonly called as ascent of sap. It's a commonly called as ascent of sap. Ascent of sap is generally takes place upward movement. How it can be proved? That means there is no doubt at all. After absorption of water, the roots are moved in various parts of the plant body. The uptaken water, which is carried out that kinds of process. From the root, the water along with the mineral salts, it can move upward, which is the component it must be carried. That is nothing but vascular tissue. So vascular tissue, it is a carry out, that is a process. That means upward movement of water. In general, vascular tissue is commonly called as two types: xylem and phloem. Among the elements which is responsible for carry out uptake movement, that's why it must be conduct on kinds of experiment. How it can be proved means, you take one beaker, the beaker which containing eosine solution. This is a beaker. So the beaker containing eosine solution. How you have to be proved? Xylem is happen ascent of sap. So you have to be select a small branch of balsam plant. a small branch of balsam plant, you have to be keeping beaker containing eosin solution. When you have to keep that branch of balsam plant in beaker containing eosin solution, after some time, you just left it without a disturbance. After some time, you come to search what's happening in the balsam plant. Just you are keenly observing a small red streaks is seen, or you have to be seen a red streaks appearance are there in the stem. That a red streak is responsible for xylem or not, you have to be proved. So after that, the balsam plant from that eosin solution is removed. Using sharp blade or any apparatus, you make microsection. That section you can keep in under microscope. Or you have to take as a transfer section, you keep under the microscope means what are the revules are present in the section is commonly called as outermost epidermis, this is hypodermis, inner to hypodermis containing vascular tissues. This is the vascular bundle. Among the vascular bundle, this is phloem. This is xylem. How you have to be proved? Xylem is happen ascent of SAP. That's not to be experiment. It's a very must. When you balsam plant away from the eosin solution, you take cross section, you keep on the microscopy, you should be observed only that xylem area alone, it must be formed as red in color. Why? That is only observed regarding what red eosin solution or the red dye which is occur or accumulated only in the xylem elements alone. So that's only it can be proved. Xylem is responsible for movement of water or ascent of step is takes place through xylem elements. So phloem is cannot play any vital role for ascent of steps. For transport of water and mineral salts, there are many vital theories are proposed. The vital theories, how it can be operated is commonly called as the force is given or the force is to push out the water molecule which can move top of the tallest tree, or the water molecule how it can be reach the top of the tallest tree means with the help of ascent of SAP. So the kinds of mechanism, there are many theories are proposed. That a theory is a give, you must be learn about the mechanism of ascent of SAP. The theories are nothing but commonly called as what the first one theory? Vital force theory. Second one, root pressure theory. Third one, physical force theory. Those theory is helps to prove the mechanism of ascent of SAPs. Now can I go to that? The first one, theories. Can I go to now the first theory? In vital force theory, which is compulsory, is commonly called as living cells. Or ascent of SAP. Or the vital force theory, which is mandatory for ascent of SAP, is commonly called as living cell. So living cell, that process will be coherent. Dead cell cannot play such a vital role. Based on the vital force in the living cells in the ascent of SAP, they can be classed as two types. One is called relay pump theory. Theory of Goldstick. In 1884. So what is that meaning of relay pump theory? The mean periodic change or periodic changes in osmotic pressure in the living cells of xylem parenchyma and medullary ray. That's living parenchyma cell and medullary ray. That's two is a push to help in movement of water. That's a commonly called as relay pump theory. That's to give as a pressure, with the help of pressure, movement takes place. The second one, pulsation theory. Who are proposed pulsation theory? Nothing but J.C. Bose in the year of 1923. So what are the definitions of pulsation theory is commonly called as? To prove movement of water, J.C. Bose invented one of the greatest apparatus that is commonly called as crystallograph. This is commonly called as it's an instrument. That instrument is to study about ascent of SAP. What are the components which are present to that crystallograph? Crystallograph, it can be contain one of the probe. Is a part of the pack. Crystallograph is a containing is a probe. This is commonly called as a probe. The probe is attached to the galvanometer. Another end of the galvanometer is attached to the tip of the stem. When the probe inserted into the inner cortex of the stem, when the probe is inserted inner cortex of the stem, the time the bose is bleed, some rhythmic pulsation it's or occur. That rhythmic pulsation is who responsible for creating in inner cortex of the cell. How that pulsation it must be occur, it is similar to heartbeat, like that, lup, dup, lup, dup. Finally, J.C. Bose is concluded. What are the xylem accessory cells are there? That those every cell, what it can play as a vital role commonly called as pump water to the xylem elements. From that xylem elements, the water molecule, it must be moved, appeared movement, that water molecule, it's a distribute various parts of the plant body with the help of pulsation. That is approved. Pulsation 3, who are responsible for J.C. Bose in the year 1923. Now I am going to discuss about what are the negative comments or objections. Objections of Ascent of SAP. Are objections for vital force theory. What is the first objection? In general, living cells are carry out ascent of SAP. What here means? The greatest scientist Strasburger, in the era of 1989, the one more scientist overthrown in the era of 1911. Those two scientists experimentally proved what experimentally proved? The living xylem cells are alone ascent of SAP. Sometimes dead cells also it can carry out ascent of SAP. How to prove for experimentally? Select old oak trunk. The selected old oak trunk first subjected to picric acid. After applications of picric acid, the first subjected picric acid. After that, the old oak tree, it can be treated heat killed parenchyma cells. Because a parenchyma cell generally is a living, So living cells by the treatment of heat which leads to death. After treating of high heat, the old oak tree trunk you are immersed in water. After dead cells of parenchyma cells also uptake of water. That's why vital force theory became is neglected. This is the first objection, vital force theory. The second one theory is commonly called as the pumping cells. It's are occur between the xylem elements. In generally, the transport of water and mineral salts takes place lateral side alone. But here to be say are the objections of regarding certain things commonly called as that pumping of living cells is occur between the xylem elements, not in lateral side. It's are occur vertically. Even the cells are occur vertically. It's a carry out the process of ascent of sap. It's nothing but uptake of water and mineral salts. These two is commonly called as objections of vital force theory. Thank you.